Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. Verse 104 of the Shri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi of Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. When will I be able to see Sri Radha's wonderful footprints that are like a treasure of Rasa, whose greatness causes great astonishment in Vrindavan, and that are searched for with great, generous, new and constant passion by cloud blue, ever so sweet Mukunda. Again I read this verse. When will I be able to see Sri Radha's wonderful footprints that are like a treasure of Rasa, whose greatness causes great astonishment in Vrindavan, and that are searched for with great, generous, new and constant passion by cloud blue, ever so sweet Mukunda. Sri Radha's wonderful Rasika footprints. Commentary is, Sri Radhika anxiously waits for Krishna in the trysting bower. Shyam is too late again, and Swamini laments and speculates about his delay in different ways. Shripad, in his Kinkari form, is close by her and pacifies her. She is always with her Swamini, for better or for worse. So nice, no? She is always with her Swamini, for better or for worse. Hearing Swamini's pitiful lamentation, the maidservant decide to set out and look for Shyamsundara, who had gotten lost somewhere in the other side of the forest, looking for Srimati. When Shyam sees the moon rising in the sky, he remembers Radhika's moon-like face and becomes even more upset and desperate. Suddenly, he sees Radhika's special footprints on the sand paths of Vrindavan, and he becomes overwhelmed by ecstatic feelings. This is so special on the sand paths of Vrindavan. Many times we also walk on that sand. And I remember last time I was in Vrindavan, there is nearby is a ashram. They are famous for their beautiful sand in their ashram. I don't remember the name. It's not far from Mungiraj Mandir. They are weeping always, and there are many trees. It's a very old ashram. And they are cleaning the sand every day. They weeping there, and the whole ashram you can only enter without shoes, and all the inhabitants there, they are taking care of the sand in that beautiful old ashram. Very peaceful. Huh? You remember the name?
No, I don't, but I do remember. I was thinking of the sand in Vrindavan. Where does it come from? Of course, it comes from the Yamuna. All that sand is washed down across the mother continent of India in the Yamuna.
Yeah. Tadiyastan. Suniti remember the name of the ashram.
So Suniti woke up nicely, I think.
Yeah, she is hiding a little bit, but she is with us. Tadiyastan. Huh?
Sharp as a nail, yes.
Tadiyastan.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, Kishori.
Yeah, Tadiyastan. Gurudev always recommends us, especially for first-timers Vrindavan. Let's go Tadiyastan.
Yeah.
Just now you said Tadiyastan is still very peace especially Brajaraja,
Mm,
beautiful dust sand is still there.
yeah.
And good for Bhajan place also. Now recently, Vrindavan is a little bit like many shops and many cars and noises. But still this Tadiyastan is very calm and peaceful. We can feel all the Vrindavan. This is what Gurudev want to show us.
Yeah. And they
Srila-
make beautiful kirtan there.
Yes.
They have their own style somehow, how they sing this. It's very nice. Yeah. And in front of Munge Mandir now they make a big building. I don't know which size it will have after, but they go the grounding in the earth very deep. And I was sometimes looking what they are doing, and there you can see how deep the sand of Vrindavan is. There is maybe half meter of different things nowadays. But then the sand is coming, different layers. But one can imagine maybe after 2-3 meters, there is where Radha and Mohan was walking on this land of Vrindavan.
On the footprints of Radha.
And there we can find, but it's hidden. Now it's hidden. But in our meditation now, when we read about this and how Shamsundara is ecstatic, overwhelmed by ecstatic feelings, we can imagine how beautiful her footprints are. Just at that time, the maidservant sees him, and she becomes very proud of her Swamini's influence on Mohan. So she and also we can see now Mohan sitting there, overwhelmed by ecstatic feelings only that he found the footprint of her Swamini, of our Swamini. She sees a cloud blue luster gushing from Shamsundara's limbs because of his ecstasy. Wow. Wow. So that means his color and this luster also depends on his feelings. When there are ecstatic feelings, his luster is more intense. His color is more intense. We also heard that about our Swamini's body, that color and luster is not always the same. It depends on inner feelings of intense ecstasies. It makes Mukunda's cloud blue form sweeter than sweet, because he is overwhelmed. Because of seeing these footprints, Mohan shows ever new feelings of intense, generous passion. Pati, Pati, Madana, Madakula, Gokula Chandra Kalita, Padamulam. Sri Gokul Chandra is intoxicated by lusty desires, and he rolls in the footprints of Sri Radha. Wow. It is as if he has found a new treasure, and his thirst for it cannot be quenched. So he rolls in that footprints in the sand of Vrindavan. Sometimes we also see the devotees overwhelmed by these feelings when they are also rolling in that sand of Vrindavan. His appearance becomes sweeter and sweeter as he smears the dust of Sri Radha's footprints over his whole body. Wow. So that why he becomes sweeter and sweeter when he is rolling in the dust of her footprints. Actually, he is rolling in the sweetness of Radhika's qualities. And so he also becomes sweet, because Mohan Krishna is only sweet because of Radhika. Without Radhika, he is maybe Narayan or Vishnu, but because of her, he becomes Mohan. He becomes Mukunda. He becomes sweet. That is how his anurag is generous. The maidservant hides herself to witness Shyam's ecstatic absorption and sings, "Aha, Swamini, how sweet your Shyam is, and how much sweeter he becomes because of his devotion for your footprints. No one can relish that better than a kinkari, who is Radha Sne Adhika, partial to Radhika, partial to Radhika. No one can relish that better than the kinkari, who is Radha Sne Adhika, partial to Radha. So we can imagine the feelings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he relished these feelings and what the Manjari is relishing to see him in this condition he never saw before and he never felt before. So he is also relishing this unique vision and how proud the Kinkari is and how she is hiding to relish this scene. It's in the nighttime and his bluish luster becomes more intense when he is overwhelmed by these ecstatic feelings and rolling in the sand of Vrindavan, in the footprints of our Radhika. Ecstatically, the maidservant steps out in the open, and Shyam thinks, just see how great these footprints are. By their grace, suddenly a duty or a messenger from Radhika came here. So he is feeling a good luck by rolling in the footprint. This good luck come in the form of a kinkari. In this way, the maidservant is able to bring Shyam to Swamini's kunja. And again, we can see how the maidservant become Cupid and bring both together. It's amazing. Regarding the glories of Radhika's foot dust, the following story is there in Haridas Dasaji's Gaudiya Vaishnava Jivana. Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj once begged a roti, a bread, as alms from the sweepers of Vrindavan. And when the leading Vaishnavas asked him why he did so, he blissfully answered, "They are always serving the dust of Raj. Therefore, they are most fortunate. They are not mere sweepers. They are most fortunate Munis and Rishis that took birth in outcast families simply to serve the dust of Raj Dharma." This also Gurudev pointed that the sweepers are, how to respect these sweepers. We also have the sweepers in the Manga Mandir, and sometimes we say hello, sometimes not, maybe, or Radhe Radhe. But I remember when Gurudev made these points, I changed the point of view of the sweepers. And now we read this, why it is like this. And it's really true. They are maybe very simple for us, very simple persons, but it's really glorious. They are the whole day, they stand in the sand of Vrindavan, in the dust of Vrindavan, And they are doing this the whole day. And it's more than only cleaning, but they are really 364 days. They are doing this, even Sundays sometimes. And how close they are to Vrindavan. So sometimes we think about the low seva, or automatically we have some inside, some automatic judgment, who is high and who is low. But here we can learn about what is meaning of a higher or lower position. That means how one is in contact to that Vrindavan. No? And they are the whole day, they are listening to the bhajan, the whole day they are around Radha Radha. It's very beautiful to meditate on the sweepers of Vrindavan. And in this verse, we now see how is Mohan's condition when in the nighttime he was searching for Swamini and he could not find the Kunja, and now he found the footprint of Swamini, and this was so sweet. And wow, and the Manjari was looking for him, and then see this beautiful scene in the night, and even it was dark, but there was a blue light shining from Mohan's body. And who can see the Lord in this condition? This is the most secret condition of him, the most private, the most intimate, and only the Kinkaris can relish this because they are so close to our Radhika. When will I be able to see Sri Radha's wonderful footprints that are like a treasure of Rasa, a treasure of Rasa, that we can see how Mohan is relishing this? Then after all, he see the Kinkari, how he relished this appearance of the Kinkari and bring it together with that he found the footprints of Radhika, and he feels that is a blessing of that footprint that the Kinkari came and pick him up, that are like a treasure of Rasa, whose greatness causes great astonishment in Vrindavan, and that are searched for with great, generous, new and constant passion by cloud blue, ever so sweet Mukunda. And actually we also desire this, to find the footprint of our Swamini somewhere in Vrindavan. Sri Radha's wonderful Rasika footprints. So even her footprints are full of rasa. And there is one who is relishing this. This is our Mohan. So now we finished this verse 104. I think it's what time is it now? It's only half an hour. So does someone like to share something about this verse, about the footprints of Radhika? We have a big picture in our home here where in the old times there was the Parikram road. And the picture is made in the 80s, early 80s, from the, which temple is this? Radha Mohan temple. It's from the Radha Mohan temple from a hillside and down to the Parikram. And there was actually, at that time, there was no one single house. It was a jungle. And there is only one path to the jungle and some buildings from the temple. In this building, you can see there are sitting places for meditation. Some are on the border to Yamuna. They were still there. at that time. And there is one saint, one who was walking this path. And there was only the sand you can see. There was no street, nothing. So at that time, it was easy to be in this and to walk on this. But nowadays, it's not so easy to find a path in the origin form, even on the parigram road in Vrindavan, right? But in Govardhan, when we do Govardhan parikram, they took care of this. No? They make there is still the passes you can walk barefoot in the sand. So, but in Vrindavan, these days it's hard to find this sand path. The main parigram is now made of some bitumen, or what is it in English? Tar. It's very hard to walk. Yes. So, should we continue with 105, the verse? Yeah?
Yes, please.
Oh, Radha, when will my eyes follow through a slit in the Kunja wall? How the jewel of lovers, is Mohan, forcibly takes you to bed, embraces you, and drinks the nectar of your lips. The meaning is kisses you, scratching your breast with his sharp nails, and placing his hands on your underwear. My God, now we really have to come on the mood of the Manjaris. This is very intimate, right? That we have to see with spiritual eyes. This we only can even read in the mood of the Manjari. O Radha, when will my eyes follow through a slit in the Kunja wall? How the jewel of lovers forcibly takes you to bed, embraces you, and drinks the nectar of your lips, scratching your breast with his sharp nails, and placing his hands on your underwear. There I would like to ask Gurudev, what is the meaning of scratching your breast with sharp nails? But I think he is still not here, huh?
We can at least say that, like you said yourself, that it's the meaning is spiritual.
Yes.
So when he's touching her strongly like this, it means that his feelings are touching her feelings strongly. He's scratching the source of her love, her breasts.
Yes. This is what Gurudev said, that the breasts are image of the feelings. Oh, yeah. The sweetness of the Yugala Vilasa. The maidservant, the story is going on. The maidservant brings the eager hero to the arbor where Shrimati is waiting for him. But the mood of the Nayika, the heroine, becomes reversed when she sees her long-awaited lover coming. So she was waiting very long, and when she see him, her mood changed. And in a Vamya mood, she turns around and goes out of the Kunja. This unfavorable mood causes the Nagara's eagerness for union with her to increase. And as a real Rasika Mani, jewel of relishes, he takes Vamini by the hand and drags her to the bed. Rasika Shiromani swims on the ocean of Ramya Bhavati's unsubmissive Radhikas and chanting activities. Rasika Shiromani swims on the ocean of Vamya Bhavavatis, averse, unsubmissive Radhika's enchanting activities. So when she changed the mood, it's only to increase his eagerness.
Vamya means disgust.
Mm.
And so she's rejecting him with disgust.
Yeah, so we see that this rejecting makes him even more eager. Understanding that the Yugala Vilas is going to take place, the maidservant leaves the kunja and looks to the holes of the foliage to admire the sweet sight of these amorous leelas. Seeing Srimati's very attractive gestures, Nagara becomes agitated. He becomes intoxicated by drinking the nectar from her lips, and he marks her breasts with a stretch of his nails. Rasikamani places his hands on her underwear, and Srimati tries to stop him with her hands. The maidservant can freely relish the sight and makes the fishes of her eyes swim on the ocean of Rasa. The Goswami said, when Anurag displays some matchless astonishment which maddens the transcendental youthful Cupid, Sri Shyam Sundara, then it is called Mahabhav. This is amazing. The maidservant can freely relish the sight and makes the fishes of her eyes swim on the ocean of Rasa. So the maidservant has so much relishing what the divine couple is relishing.
That
it's
the eyes are swimming in Rasa.
It's amazing. Yeah. The Goswami said, when Anurag displays some matchless astonishment which maddens the transcendental youthful Cupid, Sri Shyam Sundara, then it is called Mahabhav. When Anurag displays, so Anurag is that when both are in these feelings, when this Anurag displays some matchless astonishment which maddens the transcendental youthful Cupid, Sri Shyamasundara, then it is called Mahabhav. So he relished this Mahabhav in that form now what we read about, the sweetness of the Yugala Vilas. Maddens mean become mad.
So that's what this kind of violence is. In Mohan, he's going crazy.
Yeah. He can no more stop his feelings. He cannot control this. He's overwhelmed. So we see also that story before, when he was rolling in the dust of Vrindavan and in Swamini's footprints. There he feel the sweetness, and because she is Mahabhav, so he can feel this. And now he cannot no more wait. So the situation is like this. So it sounds like he forced her. And to increase this, she changed her mood even. He is highly motivated to unite with her. But now she come out of the kunja. But Mohan can no more wait anymore. He is now increasing his feelings. They are very high. He has lusty desires, spiritual lusty desires, for sure. And now this is accumulating of intense feelings. These are the waves we speak about, who are created by our Swamini. And we can see how much the maidservant are also influence this waves, the whole Leela, how much influence they have. So Swamini cannot go out to find him. That not fits together. But the Manjari can go. There is a difference. That is the same thing then when Swamini teaches the maidservant to sing about her glories. She cannot sing about her glories. This is only, she needs the maidservant to sing that. When Shyam is in vain, I think it's in vain, right? Unconscious. Swoon.
Fainted.
Yeah, sorry. When he fainted, then he is unconscious, and only one thing can bring him back in life. This is when one is singing about the glories of Radhika, the names of Radhika, but she cannot do by herself. That not fits. So, but the maidservant can do. She can sing about her glories and her qualities and the leelas and so on. And so, in this way, he come back to the conscious. And in the same way, she cannot go out to search for the lover. No, this is not fits. We know this.
There are many examples.
Huh?
Yeah, there are many examples like this.
Yes.
Where Mohan is doing foolish things, he gets lost. He goes with the other Saki, and the Manjaris are fixing.
Yes, and even when Swamini don't like to see him because of his different stories, then she is not sitting in front of the Kunja. No, the Manjari is dealing with him, how to bring him back. Swamini is not discussing, but that makes it more sweet, more intense. This is only the Manjari can do. And this is so beautiful. And in the same way now, the Kinkari is searching, and she is relishing this unique picture when this beautiful, sweet Mohan is rolling in the dust of Vrindavan because of a footprint of her Swamini. This is so amazing. And how that is cumulating till the moment he reached the Kunja. And now Swamini reject him somehow. She's going out. Oh, you come so late like this, no? But now he's so.
Yeah, Radha's in Stai Bab, and he's all over the place. He's doing foolish things and getting lost and going crazy, but she's solid.
Yeah.
I think she's Stai, but then she makes the Krishna Mohan makes surprising and astonishing. Yesterday class, she is the best at make me astonished, something like that is reading, and rejecting it makes him astonishing. Yeah. But it's a Stai.
All her activities are made to increase his feelings. She is Mahabhav, and she can give Mahabhav. So he has no Mahabhav. He depends on her mercy, like the maidservant also. The maidservant depend on her. They get the Mahabhav from her. She is the source. She is Mahabhav, actually. And this is the beauty of our Swamini. Everything, whole Vrindavan depends on her. Without Radhika, there is no Vrindavan. Without Radhika, there is no Mohan. And without Radhika, there is no maidservant. This becomes the meaning of because of her. She is the source of love. She is the source of sweetness. And she is the source, and she is actually Mahabhav personified. It all depends on her.
Yes, but without manjari, she cannot do anything.
Yeah. It all fits together. The sweetness of Vrindavan is really what Gurudev explained, that they are this ever-fresh young couple, and there is another Vrindavan where Radha and Krishna are married, but this is different. There are no manjaris, and there is this Mahabhav is not taking place in that form that it is in Goloka Vrindavan. This intense feelings, for example, what we read today, that they have to meet in nighttime hidingly. This is not when they are married. They can meet every time when they like. There is no need for any preparation. There is nothing to hide. But we see this most intense feelings of Mahabhav will not be there in that married form or in that Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan. They cannot feel this. It's only here in Vrindavan. And this is created, this whole Vrindavan is created by our Swamini, by her love and Mahabhav. So, one more verse. Should we continue?
There's Gurudev now.
Gurudev is there?
Yes.
Radhe Radhe Gurudev, good morning.
Good morning.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Shri Radha.
Continue.
So we just spoke about the beauty of our Swamini, the greatness. Today we start with the verse 104, Gurudev, and continue with 105. And now we are reading verse 106. Oh Radhe, when will that blessed day come when my hand can paint leaf pictures on your breasts? My feet can follow you on your way to the trysting bower. And when my eyes can witness your intimate Leela, looking through the slit in the foliage of the arbor. The desire for Radha's maid service. Commentary. By Srimati's grace, Shripad has a transcendental vision. Here we can see that even the visions depend on her mercy. Even that visions come by her mercy. He sees himself engaged in her service at Yavat as her maidservant. Just then, Shyam Sundara plays his enchanting flute from afar. Hearing this, Srimati becomes upset and restless, and she madly wants to rush out to meet Shyam. But the maidservant pacifies her by sweetly speaking about Mohan and dressing her nicely and properly before she runs out. The loving maidservant draws leaf pictures on her breasts that are like baskets that contain everything for Mohan, and then completes the rest of her dressing and ornamentation. Swamini then rushes out, and the maidservant follows her like her shadow, encouraging her and making her fearless. Swamini arrives at the gate at the gate of the trysting bower, where Shamsundara anxiously waits for her. When anxious Radha and Mohan meet and commence their love game, the maidservant goes out of the arbor and looks through the holes of the foliage to catch a glimpse of these leelas. What a privilege! Here he writes in the commentary, what a privilege! In this way, the maidservant makes her hands, her feet, and her eyes useful in the service of the Yugala Kishore. O Shri Radhe Vinodini, crown jewel of lady love, you are absorbed in Mohan, and you are his dearmost girlfriend. When can my hand serve you? By painting leaves on your breasts. What is the meaning of these leaves on Swamini's breasts? Sometimes we listen that there are dolphins, but here there are leaves painted. What is the difference? Someone knows this, Gurudev, maybe?
Leaf means nature of the leaf is a green.
Mm-hmm.
Green is useful for your service. The green. And if you don't use it, you will not accept by people offering. Always Krishna says, Puspam leaf, even the leaf, the flower, even the water, you accept.
Pushpam Patram, Sudhanidhi said.
Puspam Patram. Patram means a leaf. So this leaf I am offering to you. I offer to you.
This is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Where from, Sudhanidhi?
Bhagavad Gita. I think 9th chapter, I'm not sure.
Ninth.
Thank you, dear.
Wer immer ein Blatt, etwas Wasser, was war das noch?
Eine Blume.
Oder eine Blume zu mir opfert, ich werde es annehmen.
Yeah. This one, of course, yes.
You accept water, you accept flower, you accept gifts.
Even the simple thing, what you get in the nature, you can offer to me and I will respect it.
That's exactly it, yeah. You also have the leaf in the foliage of the kunj that she's looking through. The Shripad is looking through the leaves in the hole in the kunj.
And the green color, what Gurudev said, is also the meaning of mixing of yellow and blue.
The nature color. Nature created, all the creation is created by green and yellow.
Yeah. Yes, today we read a lot of what the Manjari is watching through the hole in the Kunja. And there was one scene when Mohan scratches the breast with his sharp nails and placing his hands on your underwear, Gurudev. That was very intimate. The verse is, O Radhe, when will my eyes follow through a slit in the Kunja wall? How the jewel of lovers, Mohan, forcibly takes you to bed. embraces you and drinks the nectar of your lips, scratching your breast with his sharp nails.
My God. Very too much honey. That's very hard. Very. Yes. Little. Very little. Okay. You too much. Yeah, I don't. Take this. Go on.
How he can do this, scratching Swamini's breast with sharp nails, Gurudev?
Oh, I don't know. Your meditation.
Now this is for bhajan.
This is for bhajan.
Yes, meditation. Bhajan. Because we meditate in these things in material world. So better to meditate in the Swami.
It's too intimate. We cannot discuss in public.
The feeling. Some subject is for fear.
Yeah. I also said that when we have these topics, then we have to enter in our manjari mood. Otherwise,
Then is better than material meditation.
Yeah. Otherwise, better not to read. If we have no manjari mood, then it's better not to read this, right?
Yeah. Which number is this?
We start with 104, and then this was 105 and 106, and these parts are very intimate, and we really have to enter in our manjari feelings and try to watch it.
Yes,
with our manjari eyes.
Yeah.
Mohan could not find the meeting place with Radhika. He was lost somewhere, and she was waiting, and the Kinkari was close with her, and after some time, Kinkari decided to go and looking for Mohan. And then in the forest, she found him, and there was his body has a bluish luster at that moment. And she was watching a little hiding behind a tree. And there she could see that Mohan found the footprint of Swamini.
Yeah.
And he was rolling in the dust of Vrindavan in her footprint. And comes in ecstasy when he remembers this, and he could feel this.
Swami, Mahatma, take the plate.
And then when the Kinkari shows her to Mohan, to him, and then he was thinking, oh my God, this is a sign of a blessing by the footprint that the Kinkari came and found him, and he was in ecstasy. And when they came to the Kunja, Then Swamini was a little upset, and she don't like to be with him at that moment, and came out of the kunja. In Vamyabav.
Let's now give my hand.
And then he forcibly took her in the bed in the kunja.
Energy, immune system.
You know what, like that he will do. This you give me.
Yeah.
He forget brown.
So, and here we stop with verse 106.
Yeah.
Today we can meditate on this, what is described this morning, the pictures we saw, and maybe also on the painting, a leaf. And we can meditate on these verses privately.
Yeah.
We will not speak in public about this most intimate Leela our Prabodhananda Saraswati is sharing with us.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Gurudev. This is really a very private meditation.
Yeah.
Dandavad to all of you. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, my dears. So nice to be with you. Wow, so many. We have so many from Japan. Gauramrid is also there. Govindanandini, so many. I cannot read all the names, but so nice to. I know that you are every day with us. And today we have a very private meditation, and we should take care that it will be very in the inner circle, because otherwise this will be disturbed if we see it with the material eyes. Misunderstanding will come, and that not fits so good. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go.